Group 1. Okay, perfect. I did the right screen. Okay, a little bit of a late start today, but we are all here. I got everybody here. We're all ready for this session, so let's get right into it. Session 16, starting off with a Session 15 recap. Last we met in Camarilla, our ringbreakers began the session outside Den Scandleton's office after claiming their reward for clearing out the mines that the Bureau used for materials to build trains and railways. Deciding to go after the accusation of misallocated tithes next, they made their way to Father Docker to ask him a few questions about the nature of this paradigm. The good father informed them that Brother Lars keeps track of his financials and that the ledger may be a good place to start to begin to clear their name. Looking for this individual led them to Nero's, where he was expected to attend a party, he being Brother Lars, where the party was being held. While on the way there, Erevan had kept his ears and eyes open to notice a few strange happenings going on. The first, that there were goblinoid-like creatures who were, that were seen passing by in cages. The second thing he noticed, being that many people, as you guys were traveling to Nero's, were kind of hushing in whispered tones to be careful traveling the streets at night, for fear of being attacked. Once they had arrived at Nero's for his elaborate party scheme, the team had asked him privately about the things Erevan had seen and when Brother Lars may arrive. Finding that the calloused, the goblins were referred as, were a normality in the city, as well as the rumors of nightly dangers were also accompanied with seemingly unharmed victims that Nero kind of brushed off as rumors. As the party progressed, the team was able to find and meet Brother Lars, who agreed to let them see his books on the following morning, where the team had searched for any kind of discrepancy that they were unable to find. Holding on to their doubts about Brother Lars, they had made their way to the next person of interest, another man of faith by the northern edge of the city, under the Church of Tyr, named Brother Shenzi. The carefully speaking individual was persuaded after Harratuk had realized that he spoke a similar tongue of thieves. And Kyle, if you say it again, I'm going to slap you in the face. After a stern warning to be careful where they tread and to whom they may deal with, Brother Shenzi had shifted in demeanor and brought them to the entrance of a strange building he only referred to as the door to another room. We begin this session on the evening of Monday, July 5th. So to come back just a little bit, because John missed out on last week and he had some questions before we started the stream, I'm going to give you guys kind of some RP time between the walk from his Church of Tyr to the location he is taking you. So I'll paint the scene of as you guys are traveling through, and then I'll open up the floor for some zesty RP. So Signy, as you guys had banded up together, they had taken you across the city to pretty much all of the corners of the bottom side of the mountain. A lot of places, Signy has been more over the western part of the mountain as opposed to just the kind of the central part of the city, and they had taken him to the front gates where these magnificent carved stone walls of the Bureau were held, where there was fine stone lining the walls. You were there for that part, actually, when Amaris had showed up. And then from there, they had gone to Father Docker's, who is... Father Docker's, who is... he is the head of the Church of Azuth. And I can't remember offhand. I don't think Signy has much familiarity with the religious nature of the city.
Not really, no.
Okay. So... He would know at this point that the city has approved fades, and that the team has been taking him to one of them. So Father Docker is a seemingly kind man. Their church is represented by a left hand pointed upward outlined in flames. And they were asking him about these rumors that they had heard about how there were whispers going about that the not just his church, but multiple churches around the city are facing these accusations of misallocating their donations. Looking for their books took you guys to Nero's, who is this lavish, almost palace-like structure in the mountains. And Signy would be able to tell just fine that the space between Signy's place and the neighbors is much smaller than what the space inside his domain actually holds. So once you're inside, it's this lavish abode that seems to go on pretty much forever. From there, I think you guys is where you guys had the party. You met Brother Lars, went back to the Church of Azuth, talked to Brother Lars for a little bit there, saw his books, and then traveled northward to the Church of Tyr, where you met Brother Shenzi. So his specific church is in shambles. Much of the decor is dilapidated and derelict, and he had told you guys he didn't really even have the money to squander. Which is when the way he spoke really caught Harratuk's ear, and from there, so you guys are leaving this squalor, dilapidated building that has broken stained glass. The doors have heavy creaks to them as they're misaligned off their hinges, and you're going through these lightly snow-covered streets. I didn't mark down the time. I think it's like pre-evening, maybe like 3 o'clock-ish, if I remember correctly.
Is it still Monday?
Monday the 5th, yes.
June.
July.
Or July.
Yeah.
July.
And so, as you guys are all walking through the streets, as Brother Shenzi is taking you to a door that leads to another room, there is a moment of silence as the snow continues to fall. Where you guys are, there aren't very many people. You get the sense that where you... Oh, shoot, I forgot. Sorry, Banky, I forgot to turn those off. You get the sense that where you guys are, it's not that there aren't people around, it's more of that the ones who are around, they're kind of quick to dive into the shadows and to avoid being seen, or maybe they're just trying to keep an eye on you guys, you're not sure. Okay, there we go. But as you guys walk through the streets, it is quiet, as the dominant sound between the buildings is the crunching of your boots on the snow. And Brother Shenzi is leading quietly.
No suspicious characters. I look around.
Hey, you can make a perception check if you'd like to look.
That's a 5.
Yes, his Harratuk, he can hear his... I can't remember... Does Harratuk have humanoid feet, or are they hooved? I know he's got hands, but...
That would be weird, human feet.
He's wearing boots. You don't know.
Ooh.
Strange.
Ooh.
Fair
He's wearing
enough.
boots and he's got human feet.
Yeah.
Could be cowboy. They could be cowboy boots.
The bigger the feet, the bigger the horns.
Ooh, the bigger the goring rush.
Yeah.
Yes, but as you guys continue to walk through the snow, Harratuk is looking around, and it seems that every time he is able to catch a moving shadow or attempt to see whoever just moved away over there, he is only able to see the ending bits of a shadow or the remains of a cloak disappearing behind the corners.
I'm not sure of the climate in my home area. Has Signy ever seen snow before?
Good question. In the southern climate, kind of away from the I think most of the land of Camarilla has pretty even spread over the 4 seasons. This is probably the coldest he's ever felt and the most snow he's ever seen. Because
He's freezing, but he's trying not to make it known. He's trying to act tough.
Is he trying to hide it?
Yeah, no, he's like that like shivering where you said you didn't need a jacket, but you turned out you did need a jacket, and he's trying to hide it from his wife.
You can make a stealth check if you want to try and hide that.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I found that.
no armor modifier if you have it.
8.
Oh, he lets out an audible.
It's a little cold today.
What do you mean? I'm pretty warm. I tighten up my jacket.
Must be nice to have one of those.
Uh,
As he's in like practically bare skin. Like he has furs
I give
on,
him
but
mine.
like oh, you get yeah.
Yep.
He takes it and he looks at it and looks at your frame and looks at his frame and says, "Oh, it should fit." Yeah. He puts it over. He doesn't put his arms through it. He like puts it over his shoulders.
Mob boss style.
Visibly warmer. Visibly warmer.
Visibly warmer. So yes, as
Harratuk, you must not get very cold often from the he kind of gestures toward your fur.
Yeah. Also, I'm not a little bitch.
Oh!
I say that jovially.
Is there a way to say that jovially?
Yeah. Yeah.
With like a.
I'm not a little bitch.
honey, roll for burn damage.
He doesn't respond, but he gives you a smirk.
Yeah, ooh, I didn't mean to roll that into my stream, Mike. Sorry, stream. Yes.
He's not sorry.
Not too harsh.
I've been particular with my own clan and our jabs at one another. It's not uncommon for us, so it almost feels like home. So thank you.
As you guys continue to jovially burn the shit out of each other, Brother Shenzi does stop in the center of an intersection at some point. And then he looks around very carefully. So, as carefully as he can. Okay, well, 1 point more careful than the last roll. And he takes you guys between... so you guys have... In this particular part of the city, it continues to have the less polished, less refined. It's pretty apparent that less money is in this part of the region of the town. You're not terribly far off from the northern side of the mountains where you guys had actually gone into the mines of the Bureau, and where you are now versus how you got to the Bureau, you're a little bit closer to like the crook of the mountain, whereas before it was kind of a straight shot into the mines. And you guys all get the vibe that if I'm trying to think how I want to phrase it. the people that at least Harratuk attempts to see, it's hard to tell if they are in this kind of squalor because the city isn't providing them with the resources that they need, or that they want this themselves, that they're doing what they can on their own to despite what the city may have offered. It's hard to tell. And as he crosses between these two buildings that are virtually in ruin, you can see a small stack of smoke coming out of one of them as you guys follow him between the alleyway. And again, he looks behind him. Sorry, let me skip this song. Come on, give me one that doesn't have words. Sorry about that. And as you guys are going down this alleyway, on the left building, where you had seen the small and very faint smokestack, really only visible as you're walking up to it, there is a single door locked between the brick frame. And he walks up to it, and the alleyway is really only tight enough so you guys can walk in a single file, and we'll say you're in height order, just so you can all see. And as he continues to walk down this alley, the door passes you on the left, and he sort of gestures back for each of you to stop. So it is the doorway, you guys on the left and he is on the right. He reaches forward and grabs the knob, and the door opens away from you guys. So it opens outwards, and you guys can see into the building. It looks in ruin. There is rubbish and trash scattered about. Looks like there may have been squatters here at some point. There are decayed blankets and rotten food bits laying on the ground. And he closes the door and keeps looking at you. He closes his eyes and he actually covers his mouth, but you can hear the faint whisperings of a few words. He pulls it again, and rather than the door opening away from you guys, the doorknob itself shifts to the opposite side of the door. And he pushes it open, so whereas so if you guys are like looking at the wall, it opened this way towards you guys, and so he shifted the doorknob, and now it opens this way, inward, away from you guys. I hope you are prepared. Do you recall what I told you before we left?
I think a refresher is always in order for, knowledge.
Keep your purses close and your swords closer.
I don't have a sword. I have an axe.
You may need it.
It's sufficient though, right?
And he begins to, so as you guys look in, or before you had seen that open space kind of matching the building, and where there was no roof and the sunlight and the snow were falling onto the ground, it has shifted to a dark staircase. A dark spiral staircase going downward, and you can see a soft glow just barely. You can hear a number of murmuring voices, excuse me, as you guys begin your descent. Well, let me ask you guys, he enters the downward spiral staircase. Do you follow him?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will follow, but I have a hand on my pistol and a hand on my gun.
Yeah, so as you guys begin to descend, you can feel the temperature in the space warming up rather drastically the lower you go. The lights become brighter, the voices become louder. Sorry, I don't know where these like sniffles came on. I was fine until like a couple hours ago. But once you guys reach the bottom, you are greeted by this vast space of dugout material, and Karl is very aware that from everything he can see, from everything they have dug out, they have absolute overkill of support. So despite the size of the room, which is quite large, you guys pass dozens, maybe 100 people in these busy walkways between these large rock stone pillars. Stalagmites and stalactites. Stalagmites rise from the floor, and stalactites just carefully fall from the ceiling. You can see there are various wooden walkways across the walls, pretty much everywhere around where you look, as well as lanterns and lights rising from just about anywhere they could have put them. From the various stalagmites are upwards. From the various stalagmites, you can see they fit torches wherever they could. Some of them have open flames that sit aloft just above the precipice of their formations. People walk above There are people who are walking among the plateaus of the stone formations that sit in this space. And he he gestures out into this open space. Welcome to the Guild of Thieves. And you guys can hear this calamity of noise going on as you can see dozens of people they're kind of making quick trades. You can see people rolling dice and exchanging coins, some people exclaiming in victory while others gesture in defeat. And probably the most apparent are these close to maybe 11, 12, it's hard to tell because they're scrunched in their cages, these massive ogre-like beasts their arms are actually held down in these thick chains as they sit in their even thicker barred cages. The cages are tight enough to where they're kind of hunched and they can't get that swing, but that doesn't mean they're not trying to break out of their cages. And you guys can tell that they're being rolled away a bit. You can see that they're going outward away from you guys to where there might be a corner. There are rail carts that kind of violently slide between the crowds, and most people get out of the way fast enough. And so Brother Shenzi is gesturing outward. Welcome. And he looks at Harratuk, because I believe Harratuk specifically asked him which door, because he told you many doors lead to many rooms. And Harratuk asked, which door would you take? And he said, whichever one led to the largest room. And so he looks at Harratuk. Welcome to the largest room.
Impressive.
I mean, I don't know if it's the largest room, but it's pretty big.
Elena's just looking wide-eyed all around.
I'll tuck my coin into my loin. No chance.
Hide it in your pants. So he again looks. So you guys noticed before when you had first met him, he was outside. He was doing the. I meant to look it up. I forgot. I don't think it's called rock gardening, but I can't remember what it's called. But when there are those sand gardens where there are rocks or bird baths or objects in the pit, and the
Zen garden.
Zen garden. Thank you. Yes.
Sansui.
He was tending to his grounds as though it were a Zen garden, raking the snow into patterns. Excuse me. And once Harratuk had kind of signaled that he understood the way he was talking, and he was going to lead you guys here, he had donned a hood, and he had immediately stopped shivering. He had a pretty quick change in personality. I'm going to warn you boys one last time. Most people here will do favors. If you are searching for information, or if you need someone to say their final goodnight, you can find that here. But you must be aware. In these parts, currency is not always measured by coin. There are times where a favor must be met with a favor. Be careful to whom you indebt yourselves. And he begins to take one of the very rickety wooden steps downward with rope railings. You can see dust falling as he begins his descent and goes down a spiral stalagmite. So I will ask you guys, is there anything in particular you are looking for or would like to do while you're here?
This is the market.
Harratuk gets that vibe, yeah.
The black market. I want some crazy weapons.
I'd like to know how that dude paid for his house. You seemed sheepish about mentioning that. That seems like something we could ask about, or see.
Info on Lars, yes.
Dirt.
PI that for us.
Yeah, Karl and I think Alena, you agreed with me. Both you guys make investigation checks. See if you can find the right person.
12.
Dirty 20.
Oh, very nice.
Oh,
So, Shenzi is kind of guiding you guys through the crowds as you're walking through. Many people here. You don't. Number one, you do not see any sign whatsoever of higher quality clothing or any kind of nobility. Everybody here seems to have kind of equally shabby, or if not shabby, then very tight clothing, where they keep everything they can as close as they can to their bodies. And as Karl is he's trying to peek over everybody, and Signy and Harratuk and Angene and Alena for that matter, everybody's just kind of getting in his way. And
It's just to see a butts.
and Alena she's staring in awe at this massive space beneath the city, and she hears the call of somebody who, it sounds like a mixture of they're selling objects or items or information, kind of whatever you're after. So Shenzi kind of sees that Alena is locking eyes with this individual. You guys find her across the crowd. It seems to be an elven woman. She has deep gray skin coloration. Excuse me, sorry. She has deep gray skin coloration as well as a bandana around her head. Sorry. She wears a black bandana around her head, and there are long streaks of black hair with blue streaks through them. She has a very old and very patched cloak. She doesn't appear to be Alena is an elf.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't appear to be elderly in any way. She might be in her 200, 300, as well as Erevan. Erevan can recognize this as well. She appears to be in her 2, maybe 300s, which for elves is kind of 20s, 30s-ish for the most part. She's missing a few teeth. Her skin is somewhat wrinkled, and you guys can see she's got a variety of smokes behind her. She's got just this, you can get the waft of cheap tobacco in the air as she's peddling. And I'm not gonna do the scar thing again. I licked it by accident last time. That was awful. But she's peddling out different things and taking coins and winking at other individuals. And she locks eyes with Shenzi as you guys all walk up. Bring in these ones, eh? They look a bit underfed. Shenzi just kind of shrugs. They may be scrawny and ill-prepared, but what harm could they do? And she raises an eyebrow back at that. She looks over the lot of you. What can I do for you?
We're looking for some information. About Brother Laws. We know he's hiding how he's getting some money. He's building a rather expensive house, and we think he's stealing from the church.
She looks between her cloths, pulls out another cigarette, and lights it on the butt she's got, flicks that one away. And what makes you think that? And you guys are suddenly interrupted by a big boom that shakes through the ground, and everybody's head in the space kind of turns back towards those cages you guys had seen with the chained down ogres, as one of them had almost actually knocked their cage over. But
I'm going to not look and kind of keep my hands on myself, just paying attention to her.
Yeah. I'll let that one go. Yeah, but you guys, the boom kind of came from the cage, landing back down on the ground, and all of the individuals who are around that cage kind of keep trying to keep it moving along. Stupid idiots. And what makes you think Brother Laws has dirty money?
Well, it's not often that you see a priest buying a fancy, nice house, especially if he's not necessarily higher up on the rungs, if you will.
What makes you think he's a priest?
Well, that's a good point. He did mention he didn't really have much in the way of faith, but he acts as though he is, so, and he has access to the ledger, so I would imagine that somebody that has access to a ledger and is suddenly richer than their station would appear to be, there's either conflict of interest or some other subterfuge going on.
Rumors also do be rumors.
This is true.
Have you ever asked maybe who may be spreading them, and why?
I suppose somebody who wants to discredit the church would definitely have a strong motive.
One man discrediting one man may do a little. Discrediting a church may do more. Discrediting an entire belief can do a lot.
It's like a bad idea to discredit God, though.
Well, it's not one church that's being discredited. There's, as far as we know, 3. Each one with a different patron.
We don't know who's starting these rumors.
No.
Wait. How many religions are allowed to practice their faiths in the city?
I think it was 9.
3?
3?
Helm, Tyr, Adolphus,
Azuth.
Azuth.
And now, are we sure that it was all three are being accused?
Oh, there are 3 major beliefs. Okay, I did write that down.
We've talked to two. We've talked to Azuth, Father Dakra,
Oh, the doctor.
and Tyr, Father Shensi is right here. Right next to you.
Right.
But we don't know. We we assume Helm is too.
Is that an assumption, or did we confirm that they were being talked poorly of?
We did. We did confirm that they were.
Okay.
We just haven't talked to Brother Yawa yet.
Well, yeah.
What did Nero have to say about this?
I don't think we.
We didn't really talk to Nero about it. He was a little engaged.
Oh, right.
Great party though.
But Nero did want to meet someone named Dr. Hammett. Oh, no, never mind. He wanted me to meet. Never mind.
That was for Alena.
That was for me. Boring conversation.
Hmm.
Well, I suppose that's to mean that we need to continue to ask more questions. I suppose.
We need to find out who's accusing these churches. You wouldn't happen to know, would you?
That's a high-cost question, elf.
Got
I
any
mean-
problems that need solving? Maybe?
Carl, make a persuasion check.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna. Can I jump in on this real quick?
I haven't said the number.
Sure.
Oh.
Can I? I'm gonna
Sure too. I'm gonna.
just pat him on the back, like, yeah, I'm right there with you, bud. And obviously, bardic inspiration.
It's a D6 for a while, right?
Yeah.
Till like level 5, 6.
I hope it rolls good.
Hold on, let me see. For 10 minutes. So it's not that long.
Well, for the roll, he's got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carl, you have a D6 extra if you want to use it.
It's with the inspiration an 8.
Oof.
I appreciate that though.
You have inspiration.
Waggle my eyebrows a little bit when I say it.
She takes a deep drag from her smokes, and you guys can see that vibrant red flame from inside as she blows a thick plume out the side of her nostrils, and she looks over at Shenzi. What did you say? Scrawny and ill-prepared? He just kind of nods. I think gold might be more suited to what I think you can do. The more gold, the better the clue.
I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and do something real quick. Well, ma'am, I don't know what all you have otherwise to offer, but I might be able to help you with some of the items of that have seen use. If you would, I can fix some of the things that you might be, some of the wares that you might have. things that maybe not have as much value as they could.
She takes another drag. She reaches back in her cloak. She produces what seems to be, they almost look like children's toys to you guys. One is, I actually don't know what it's called, but it looks like a little drum on a stick with those two strings, and there's usually like little balls on the sides. Yeah, you rattle it together.
Mm-hmm.
There is a small, very dirty doll that's torn. Yeah, noisemaker. There's a small old doll with pigtails that's ripped on one side. And she has a very small little chessboard that's missing numerous tiles, and much of the wood around the edges is faded and cracked. And she slides them in front of you, and she holds her cigarette up to her mouth, and she just watches.
I'm going to go ahead and produce my violin or viola, and I am going to play a small little tune, and I'm going to say, "Broken you once were, mended together," and I'm going to cast Mending, which takes a minute to do.
Yeah, so as Angene begins to produce these beautiful tones, which you guys have heard a few times him play. Well, most recently at Nero's party, when he serenaded Alena, and Dr. Hammond, I think was his name.
Yes.
And you can see the stitching of the doll begin to kind of grow and join back together. It doesn't clean and renew the doll, but it patches up the small holes that there were. I believe mending can fix those kinds of small things.
Yes, it's anything that is broken that's no larger than a foot in dimensions.
Yeah, perfect.
So,
and the wood on the chessboard seems to, kind of in a similar way, the grain grows between each other, and the squares realign themselves, as well as the border around the edge. And the drum, I actually don't think I described a broken bit of it, but there was a tear in some kind of animal skin lighting that would produce the noise on a rattler like that, begins to retighten and form itself. She swipes them up real quick again. A small clue for a small favor.
I can if you all need some money, I have like 5 gold on me. Would that sweeten the pot?
I lean over and I just ever so slightly whisper in his ear, like, "Don't ever say how much money you have on you when you."
That's all I have. He says aloud.
I'm just like, people.
He has more. He's actively lying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around, reach down into my pants, pull out 20 gold,
Okay.
turn back around, and place it on the table in front of her.
Wow.
I know.
That never comes out of my pants.
I know I'm reading this super late, but the timing that I read this comment, as Karl turns around and Viking is like, "Well, there's a small favor."
How do you know?
So did Signy put down the gold, or is he just saying?
He has 5 gold in his hands.
In his hands. Okay, yeah. She continues to just sit and stare at you guys.
Signy places the 5 in I'm assuming 20 that Karl has in his hands, and just kind of places it in his hands, making it 25.
Yeah, she swipes that up real quick, like looks around, and her cloak kind of covers her arms, and you guys can see her arms shifting in some way, And you can hear the coin, very similar to Brother Shenzi, how, except there's more gold at this time, obviously. You can hear them rubbing together briefly before she stops moving. They're hidden and you hear them no longer. A good question to ask might be who has the most to gain. In the event of the failure of spirituality, where is it that most people turn?
Would it be the wizards?
Or money. I feel like there's a lot of that here.
But also, there's magic folk. If we had heard they're messing with the weather. If you don't need a god because you can be one yourself.
That's a very good point.
Aye.
She takes another drag. Who is it that even the mages bow down to? And you guys can hear another boom shifting throughout these caverns. And after this one, you can hear a series of loud, like if you guys have heard like metal pipes when they hit the ground violently, that loud clang that rings out. And you can hear a number of screams and yelps come from just around the corner. I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative.
Also, just for reference, Azuth is the god of wizards.
Yeah, mages. Jeez. Sorry, stream. I don't think you guys could hear that one, but the stream definitely did. Sorry, stream, if you're seeing this.
Don't fuck me.
Why do I have a +3 initiative?
Thank God.
Battle music!
And we're all lined up. We're not exactly in the order, but that's okay. So let me share my... Oh, wait. Before I do this, hold on. Because I will forget.
I didn't see it on stream.
Oops. One. Okay.
Also, as this is my first combat with you guys, talking is a free action, I'm assuming.
Yes. To a degree.
Yeah, no, it's one of my... You'll see. It'll make sense.
Okay. So now my notes are off my middle screen, just in case I forget.
I
guess notes!
Share screen, Tailspire.
Ooh.
So, can you guys all see it?
Look at all the dark and then my giant bright blue cape. And yellow hair. God.
Yeah, so, you guys are, obviously right on the bottom here. You could see the various stalagmites and the flames that they carry them, the kind of messed up walls, and I had so much fun making these, like, little raftways here.
Beautiful.
So, let me get my fight ready. Initiative, Alena.
9.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, not good.
The most sexual 20.
Ooh. A naturally sexy?
Mm.
Natural 20, he says.
Sure.
Erevan.
7.
Harratuk?
7.
Karl?
19.
Oh.
Ooh.
And Signe.
30-20.
I thought you said 30-20, and I was like, listen.
Yeah, 3,020. Yep.
Okay.
You guys have no idea what my dex modifier is.
So, I am going to, as you guys were actually kind of together on this one. Let me move you. Oh, and if you guys wanted to see Mr. Signe a little closer up.
What? Ooh.
Which explains why he was cold.
Meatballs!
He actually his second career is a diamond cutter.
Ooh.
He does it when he gets cold and he, you know.
He can make some orange juice off that thing, yeah. So as you guys are talking to this woman, as well as Brother Shenzi is behind you, from around the corner where you guys had last seen the orcs, Gadom, Gadom, Gadom. This massive beast comes walking around the corner, its chains still wrapped around its wrists. It seems to be like using them as weapons as it causes people to flee. Some of them get taken out by the chain itself before it locks eyes on you guys. So obviously Angene is first here. I am planning initiative, as if you guys want a minute or two to plan while I get this ready. Wow, those initiatives, Lord.
If anybody's, do we want to like RP plan or meta plan?
You can have your pick.
I mean, if anybody wants to get up top, there's some height options there that might be safe.
Yes, the stairs are there. There is a ladder back here as well, and obviously those stairs in the center.
Yeah, I mean, as someone with 0 range potential currently, I'll stick it head on.
Alright, mosh pit it is.
Oh, Sydney, I messed up.
If someone's got the range and wants to, definitely go ahead.
Okay, so first up is Angene, and then Signy, you're on deck.
All right, so Angene is going to, he is going to pull out, or well, he already has his violin out, so he is going to go ahead and cast. So he's going to reach out and running down between Alena, Signy, and Karl, I suppose, is going to touch them, and oh no, I'm sorry, that's it's got a range of 30 feet. My bad. I'm gonna cast Bless.
And that's Constitution, right?
No.
Concentration, I mean.
Yes, this is concentration, yes. You guys, whenever you make an attack roll or a save, you can add a d4 for the next minute. And that is not a one-use thing. That is as long as I maintain concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
D4?
D4. To your
D4.
attack
Attacks and
rolls,
saves.
not your damage.
Attack or saves, yes.
Yeah. Angene, would you like to move at all?
Yes, but before I do, I'm going to look to Harratuk. Or no. Who did I bless? No, Karl, sorry. Since I did not bless him. I'm going to go ahead and say, "Go get him, Karl! I believe in you!" And give him yet another bardic inspiration.
So you blessed Alena, Erevan, and Signy, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Not Erevan, no, sorry. Harratuk.
Harratuk, okay. Got it. Okay,
And then Karl gets a bardic inspiration.
So Karl, you get that D6 back. And then,
then
you said you did want to move?
Yes, I do want to move. I want to go ahead and I do want to go up the ladder. And as I do, I will put away my violin.
10, 25, 30. I believe that's
Viola.
30
I
right
keep
there.
saying violin. Viola.
Yeah, right. Okay. Signy.
All right. So is this ground that's kind of in the middle here, is that considered rough terrain?
No, for the sake of it, that is normal terrain.
Okay. So Signy's going to look at Karl and Harratuk, and he's going to kind of puff out his chest, and the group kind of sees him almost transform into almost a different person. He seems more charismatic, more boisterous. His chest is puffed out. His veins are throbbing. His both hands on his battle axe, and he screams at both of them and says, "And who would like to join me in battle today?" And he's asking if you would like to move with him.
Yes.
What?
Well, yeah.
So yeah, John, go ahead and read that rule for me.
So he is using his ability known as Wolfpack Movement. He can take up to 2 people at this moment, up to their movement speed with him as he moves the first time after rolling initiative.
That's
and he's
awesome.
going to move as far as he can close to the target. And bringing Karl and Harratuk with him.
So 5,
As long as
Is
they're
there-
15,
Is
20.
there a way I can
30.
incorporate
I don't
either
think
hammering horns or something? Goring rush.
I don't think you have the distance. for that,
Yes, you
really.
will not have the distance to get there. You'll be a lot closer though, so on your turn you could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't
man,
know if
yeah.
anything prevented that.
John, right here. Is that good?
Yeah, that's as close as you can get.
Okay. And then
And
Karl and
As long as
Harratuk.
whatever their movements are, I'm not sure what their movement speed is, but it's up to their movement speed.
25.
25. Okay. Karl, so you have 5, 15, 20, and then you can go right here, or I guess, yeah, right there,
Yeah.
there.
That's fine on the left, yeah.
Okay. And Harratuk 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. Do you want to be here? Or back? So 5, 10, 15, 20. This is 20.
Where is Signy? Sorry.
Signy
can't really
is,
see
he
a
is
lot.
right here.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I can be in the middle.
Okay, you want to stop there at 20. Okay.
Okay, so as a bonus action, he's going to look at the 2 comrades, and then kind of look past them, and then point toward the creature and say, "That's our mark, men." Knowing that there's more than just men or women, he just is kind of in a zone right now, and he just points to the creature, and he uses his bonus action, Rallying Mark. So I'm going to roll a leadership dice. And the next time damage is rolled against this creature, 1d6 can be applied to that roll for the damage. And then if you hit, you also get to add a d6 to your hit points.
Oh wow!
Oh, shit.
And that's,
And that's for each person, or is that
I
just
didn't-
for the next?
It's the next attack.
Okay.
to
So it's
everybody,
it's not
right?
the next attack, it's the next time damage is rolled. So if it misses, it still applies until damage is rolled.
Ah,
And each of your allies gets that, right?
Yeah, so any ally that attacks the creature that I pointed out, which was the target that I pointed out.
Yeah. So each of you,
Anytime we hit, yeah.
each
It's
of
only
you.
it's only the first time that damage
Yeah.
is rolled, so it doesn't matter if you miss as long as you actually hit it. So the next time you hit, add a d6 to your damage, whoever actually hits it.
Yes. Very cool. I've been waiting for the warlord thematics. Anything else, John? Signy.
That's it.
Very cool.
That's neat.
Okay. Karl. So, Karl, you were inspired by this maniac. You were like, wait a minute, like I will move with you, and you're inspired by Angene, and you've got this extra bit of strength behind you if you are to hit it. What would you like to do?
Can I slide in between its legs to get behind it?
Ooh.
Probably not.
15. You don't have the distance to actually get over there.
I can't get to the... I can get to it, though, right?
Yes, you can get to it. You just can't get behind it.
I'm pretty inspired. I'm going to take on a full frontal assault, and as I'm running up, I will enter my rage.
Oh, yeah.
angry.
And I will make Let's make a reckless attack.
Oh.
Reckless attack.
Ballsy. I like it.
Oh,
Okay,
to
make
the
your attack.
wall.
Okay. So with the maul out, just bring it down.
Bring it down.
So that's a 19 or an 18 to hit.
That will hit, yeah.
Okay.
And you do have that extra d6 to damage him with.
So it's 14. Where's the plus 3 coming from?
Excuse me. Probably your strength mod.
Oh, plus 3. Okay, yeah. Okay, so 14 plus 2 from raging, plus a d6. So 4, so 16? Wait, no.
You said
14 plus 2, which is 16, plus 4 is 20.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Oof.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
So as Karl releases this violent fury, and Karl has a warhammer, right?
I have a maul. Yeah.
A maul. Karl can feel this deep crunch from the impact. I guess just in its legs, because this creature is large. He can feel this deep crunch in this thing's feet the mini has 2 heads, but the creature is an ogre who only has 1 head. And you can see him. He begins to raise his chains up. Karl, anything else in your turn?
Oh man, I'm frothing at the beard. I'm just gonna tank this guy's blows.
Frothing at the beard. Okay, because it is his turn now. So you can see he brings up both chains. The chain links are about the size of Karl's. He whips them down. He is...
Bring up the maul.
Oh,
Fuck.
you reckless, so he has advantage on you, and that's
He does.
really too bad for you. How what is it? Oh,
Okay.
22 to hit.
Yep.
I
that
am
hit.
going to. Aha! I am going to see this attack coming, and I am going to cast Silvery Barbs. Roll a
Ooh.
d20.
You've activated his trap card.
You used a spell for your action. I think you still get them as reactions, though.
Yes.
I'll have to look that up later. Roll a d20, you said. Any kind of particular save?
Not a save. You are rolling again for the attack, but you do not get advantage anymore.
I'm re-rolling the whole attack.
You're re-rolling the whole attack, no advantage.
Okay. That brings it to a 10.
That does not hit.
So
Whoa.
And then, Karl, your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw you make within a minute is at advantage.
Dang.
So yeah, this thing, it brings up the chains, and on being on the stairs, he's like, uh-oh. Okay, that's bad. What was the spell called?
Silvery Barbs.
Silvery Barbs. Give me a description. How does that affect his attack?
So basically, the way that I see it is, the description is you magically distract the triggering creature, but seeing the attack coming and knowing that it's gonna hurt, I just yell out, "No!" and just a force of magic catches the creature off guard, and now it's kind of just like dazed, like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, so it brings down its chains, and like one of the links just like just circles around Karl, and Karl's like, "Fuck yeah!" And just kind of coincidentally, that last song that played was actually called Chainbreaker, so that was kind of cool.
Oh, so good.
Okay, that is all it can do. It's definitely still focused on Karl. Alena.
Oh, baby.
All right.
So
Let's see.
Alena, I believe you have the D4 from Bless, and you have that D6 for damage. Once
I thought
for
that
the
was a
damage.
one-time use.
The damage is one-time use. The Bless D4 is as long as he is concentrating.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So I can move 30 feet, so as close as I can get to the monster.
10, 15, 25, 30.
Ooh, all right. And then I'm going to whip out my longsword and strike.
Strike him.
Let me read something real quick. Okay, when I hit... Okay, so we are going to strike with my longsword.
Don't forget the D4.
Yep, so 18 plus the D4, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then because it hits,
That extra D6.
I'm going to pump some Divine Smite.
Oh my god.
Yep, so I'll expend one spell slot,
And that's
and that gives me
2d8? Yeah.
as well, so a
Guys,
total of
what's going
3d8 plus 3 damage.
And your D6.
And the d6.
The D6 for me was only for one attack.
For the
Yeah.
his first attack. No.
Okay.
Did we lose Jake? No, who did we lose? Vinny.
I
No.
thought the D6 was just for.
No, I'm
Matt.
still here.
We lost Matt.
Yeah, I thought the d6 was just one attack in general. And
Yeah,
That's
Carl
Matt-
got it.
This is
yeah.
your first attack.
No. I think Carl got it. I think it was for one
It's
attack.
for the first hit on the monster.
Yeah, first hit, not like first attack for everybody. I think Carl already used it.
This is
that's the way I
Signy's-
understood it, at least, is it was just a one-time first hit.
This is Signy's thing.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
next,
for mine it was the next attack that caused damage, which
the
already
next
happened.
damage is rolled.
Yeah,
Okay.
which
Okay.
probably-
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Good on that.
Yeah.
That was
We're
pretty
still
decent.
blessed.
Yeah.
There's Matt.
Okay, so it's just 3d8
Yes.
damage.
Plus your strength mod.
Just.
2d8 radiant, and then 1d8 slashing. Ooh, okay, so there's 10 and one more d8, so 17 total.
Oof.
Plus 3, so 20.
Ooh.
Oh my
Big damage.
Even without the D6, he still matched Carl.
So
Yeah.
that sword lights up, and I'm taking a good slash on her.
He
Yeah.
used magic. That's cheating. He used God.
God. I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Yeah, so Carl, he comes in low with his maul. Bam! Brings his foot down. The chain circles Carl. He's like, oh, fuck. And Alena, like, strikes upward and high across this thing as it cuts him across the stomach. Alena, anything else?
That'll be it, I believe, for Alena.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, that'll be it.
Erevan.
How's the thing looking?
Not great. It looked a lot tougher when it walked in here, when it had that strut.
Is it,
Alright,
is it
sir.
cute?
So Erevan's gonna go ahead, draw his pistol, and fire because I can be this far away. So
So, the only thing I'm going to add, since it's kind of been a little while, is Erevan does still have that special shot.
right.
That is your choice. If you are you using it? It's up to you.
I don't even know what it does, to be honest.
No, you don't.
So I'll save it for because my pistol is already loaded, so I can't use it yet because I'm not gonna unload it and then reload.
Fair
So
enough.
for the first shot, definitely no.
Fair enough. Yeah, roll your attack.
Look, the thing's gonna cause a cave in.
It was a tactical
Hopefully.
nuke.
Maybe a 10 hits.
Oof. Erevan, he whips out that pistol and in this thing, as Alena struck it across the gut, it bent down to writhe in pain, and Erevan can see his shot just barely miss and impact the wall over here by the flame.
So I will go ahead and end my turn with that.
Okay. After Erevan, Harratuk, so you are moved up here. You had 30 feet of free movement, and it is your turn.
Okay. And am I 20 feet from the creature?
I
I believe so.
Yes.
So I'm gonna enter into a rage, of course.
We got
I'll get that.
all the rage.
And I can just make it up to the creature and attack it with my horns.
Oof. So Harratuk rages, and he rushes up with the horns. Yeah, make that attack.
Um, 19.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Yeah. Dude, we are fucking this thing up. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh, that would be 9 damage.
Yeah. 9 damage.
And
Harratuk.
I think I'm gonna attempt to shove them.
Ooh.
Shove it down. If it's no more than one size larger than me.
Yes, that fits
So-
within the rules. Yes.
Okay. So.
Do I make?
strength?
Okay.
Strength saving throw.
Do I have? It is cocked between a 20 and a 2. Oh, that's so upsetting.
Do this.
You can just take the 2. It's fine.
Yeah, right. The 2 followed by the 0. Okay. So a 10
Fails.
fails. So he is knocked prone, right?
He is shoved
To the ground.
10 feet away.
He is shoved. Kaboosh!
So if there's rubble, would it be safe to assume he fell down?
He would have gotten. God. Okay. Well,
Isn't there 2 options? You can either shove them down or shove them back.
I don't see that for this one, but yeah, that usually is for these
Yeah.
types of attacks.
Yeah,
I would prefer to make it prone, like truthfully. Get it on the ground.
Yeah, he failed that pretty bad. Oops. Where is it? Gym tools.
Yeah, you can either knock it back or push it away from you, according to D&D Beyond.
Hammering horns.
There we go. Okay. So yeah, Harratuk lays the boom on this motherfucker. Absolutely, just rages, rushes in with his horns, kadonk, and knocks this thing back, and it falls to its feet. Anything else, Harratuk?
Can I draw my axe at the end of my turn?
You can draw it. I think you used your action to. I think your action is already.
To walk? Okay.
So. Okay. So that's my fault for not catching that. So, Goring Rush, you actually have to dash as an action first. So you would not have been able to shove, but I missed it, so we're gonna keep it.
It's hammering horns. It's a.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's where they attack.
So, I didn't dash, but I just walked up to it and then attacked to it. I didn't see the point in using a dash action.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So you use your hammering horns, not the Goring Rush.
Correct.
Okay, never mind then. We're all good. Okay, anything else on your turn, Harratuk?
No.
Okay. So, what I was hoping would not have been seen, but you guys may have already seen it. You hear further rumblings from the cages beyond. Katonk, katonk,
Oh no.
katonk,
Yeah.
katonk. Alena.
It's gonna be a party.
Bring it on.
So in the same fashion you guys had seen, you can kind of see their bases. There's a red one and a blue one. It's kind of funny. The blue one is hitting Alena. I actually didn't plan that. He brings up his chains. Wham! Slams them down. 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
Oh.
18, baby.
Plus 6. Yeah, no. The chains, boom, splits between you guys. It's just on one target. Okay. And that is all it could do. Top of second round. Angene, you are back up.
Ooh.
So Angene is going to rush up to the top of the steps.
Call that 25.
Okay. And then I'm gonna look at the other people.
And
is there anything I can notice without taking an action?
yeah, so Angene immediately sees most of them are already betting on this match. A lot of them, this is sport to them.
Please make it bet. Please make it bet.
Oh, I'm seeing this and I'm like,
Don't mind if I do.
I just yell back to them and I say, 40 gold on us.
Hold on, this would be funny. Let me roll a d4. Oh, it can't be. It can't be a 1. 40 gold on us at 2-to-1 odds.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Why not bet on yourself? If you die, you're not going to need the money.
Fair enough.
Hey, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
So, I am looking down at them. Would you mind looking over at the other side where, the other area is?
Like back here?
The other top, the other ledge there across the way.
Can you see my mouse? I can't remember.
No, I cannot.
No, you cannot.
Not on stream.
Right, yeah. Let me grab something real quick just to act as my mouse. I'll use this green thing. Where are you? There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So you want to look over here?
Yeah. There's nothing going on over there, right? I don't see anything crazy happening over there, right?
You can make a perception check if that's how you want to use your action.
Nah, screw it. How far away is that other
Detonate.
ledge?
Over here?
Yeah. Not the where the wooden steps are.
25
not
feet.
The 25 feet, or you said?
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if you're right here.
Yeah.
You can I don't know if you're doing this yet. You can click my Tailspire screen on Discord and it'll full screen it for you. So you don't have to look at a teeny tiny window.
Yeah. No, that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Why not? My arm glows with a green light as I reach into the Fey magics that have been blessed into the hand, and you just see me dissolve into nothing, into just a fine mist. And I will misty step to the other side.
Kapoof.
And then with my free action, I'm going to pull out a large spear, and I'm going to go ahead and sling it down at the standing one.
This one? Okay, yeah, make a ranged attack. Oh no, we lost John.
No.
I'm still here. My camera's a little messed.
That's okay. I just have to. Oops. I just have to turn off cameras because they are not set for that.
Combat involved.
I don't think we're gonna make it to a point where it matters, but if those attacks,
18.
yeah, 18 hits. If those chain attacks, those specific ones had landed, there was a good chance you guys just are knocked unconscious, like you're out. So, yeah, and so Karl, man, that maybe in an alternate timeline in our universe, Karl is KO'd right now.
I mean, I have all damage that's physical, so.
No, like it's instant. It's brutal.
I yeet down the spear straight into his back, dealing 9 piercing damage.
9 damage from Angene. Yeah, so Angene, it almost looks like a toothpick in this thing as it sticks in its shoulder blade and it winces back a little bit. Anything else, Angene?
That is my action and bonus, so I'm good.
Signy. So, Signy, you are right here.
He is still there, so he's going to move as close as he can to attack the one that's on the ground still.
5, 10, 5, 15.
I have 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, if you're making a melee attack, you have advantage.
Okay, yeah, so he's going to roll a melee attack, double-handing his battle axe. First roll is not great, is 11.
Don't forget you can add my d4 to that.
Okay. Well, the first one was an 11, but the second one much better. 19 plus 4, so 23.
Yep, that will hit.
Okay. I have to find my d10. That's it. That's 11 damage on the attack. And then he's going to use his bonus action. He's going to look over at Harratuk and he's going to say, it's about time you kill this thing, please. And he's going to use his bonus action of Helpful Word, which allows you to... I'm using the help action as a bonus action, pretty much. So the next time you attack, you get advantage no matter what.
Yeah, whatever you're attacking. Yes.
All right.
Very cool. Anything else, Mr. Signy?
I'm happy where I'm at. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, and Karl, this thing's chain is still around you as it's knocked on the ground. The red one, the red token here.
Is it fully KO'd or dead?
Just knocked down.
I'm going to work my way around it to get by the head and just kind of... I'm going to try and non-lethal bonk him unconscious because I know he's still property.
I'll call that 20. I'll call that 25.
Okay.
Non-lethal, yeah. Make your attack. He's prone, so you have advantage.
Perfect. $24 or 12. I think 24 hits.
That will hit.
That's 7 plus 2 raging, so 9 physical.
Oof.
Bludgeoning.
9 damage from Karl. Yeah, so Karl, wham! He can feel like a crack of some kind in this thing's skull, but it's still it's looking still at everyone like, this is annoying. You're all going to die soon. Anything else, Karl?
I think that's all I got.
Okay, and I believe after you... Yes, it is this thing's turn. So, this is a fun one. It is going to stand back up. I need all of you... I'm sorry. I need Alena, Harratuk, Signy, this dead guy here, and Karl to make dexterity saving throws.
Alright.
Barbarian trait danger sense. You have advantage on dex saving throws against effects you can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. Would that constitute this?
You are none of those things.
So, and then I'm adding the D4 because I'm blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Might help.
I got an 18.
30,
Alena?
20.
Harratuk?
15.
15.
24.
Wow, okay. So this thing stands up, snaps its chain back to get it taut, and brings it around to sweep all of your feet. And each of you are able to see this thing coming, and like you all, even your raging dwarf and your raging minotaur, everybody is able to just kind of hop over it in time to save themselves from hitting the deck again.
I just shout out, "That looks like a fun game!"
Like those little like ankle things we used to have in like the 90s where you'd like skip over it. So Alena and Signy, you guys take 6. And then Harratuk and Karl, you guys take 3 because you're raging. Damage.
Dang, that could have been real bad.
Got it.
Yeah. It is what it is.
A little bit of damage. Just how I like it.
Barbarian privilege.
And then he is going to make a fist attack. No, he's not. Never mind. Alena, you're up next.
Fuck you, no.
I'm gonna turn to the blue token, and slash him.
Make that slash.
Wacky slash.
Oh, and I forget that because I'm still blessed. Come on, baby. Ooh, thank God I'm blessed. Let's see. So let's see. That's 16.
That will hit.
Sweet. Divine Smite as well.
Ooh.
Bringing down the hammer.
I got 2 of them, and that's all I got here. So, see, there's 9 and 14.
Damn,
And then plus 3, 17 total.
Oof. I assume that plus 3 is from your modifier.
The plus 3's the slashing part of the slashing.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, yeah, big hit from Alena. Anything else?
I can't use magic as a bonus action, right? Or no? Well,
Unless your spell calls for it.
okay. So I can't use a cantrip.
Not unless it's a bonus action cantrip, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm because I can do this. Part of my slasher feat,
Ooh.
I'm going to reduce his speed
Ooh.
by 10 feet. So once per turn, when I hit a creature with an attack that deals slashing damage, I can reduce speed of target by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. So blue guy is not gonna move, but if he wants to, 10 feet reduced.
Which guy's blue guy?
This one, their bases are different colors.
Oh, I see.
So, Alena, what, how does her smite look? How does it empower her weapon?
Like Legend of Zelda, when you lift up the Master Sword and it like gets the specifically Skyward Sword, it gets the blue like aura around it. That's kind of what I picture. Just raises the sword, gets a blue aura, and then just slashes it across.
Very cool. Erevan. So Erevan has a nice back row seat to seeing his friends get like walloped.
I'll shoot at the red
Except
one
we
again.
aren't.
At the red one?
Yeah.
Yeah, make your attack.
14 to hit.
That will hit.
Mm. 12 piercing.
Oh. He takes out an eyeball. Erevan shoots this thing in the face. It still is stumbling around. It's still up, barely.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to load 2 special shot.
Ooh.
And I'm going to use my action surge.
Oh!
Wow.
And I'm going to shoot at it
So,
again.
is the special shot Cade's ammo, or is it something else?
Yeah, the Cade's ammo.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Take cover.
Okay, so, Erevan, this is your normal range attack for your weapon. So, ooh. Roll the attack first. Because this could be pretty spectacular.
Oh, Jesus.
21 to hit.
Okay. What did I... Oh, okay. Sorry. Now I understand what I wrote. Okay, so Erevan, he like looks at these casings that they don't look much different. They are different a little bit in design. But he goes, "Okay." He loads one, and it is a blast out of his pistol. Roll a D100 for me.
What?
What?
It's getting real.
55.
A 55 is enough of a success. So as Erevan, as he fires this shot, he is witnessing almost in slow motion this round as these bits of chromatic light emit themselves out of the barrel of his gun, and he can see this round changing color as it flies across the space. It has a sickly green color, an icy blue, this kind of deep red. It turns to like almost a plasma before it settles on the sickly green. Erevan, I'll let you roll it. Roll 3d8 for me.
Holy fuck.
You said 3?
3d8.
Oh, 8 damage.
Oh.
The worst roll you can get for 3d8 almost. Add a 1 in there.
So with
Darn
this, Erevan does pick up the kill. He knocked down. So as Erevan fires this shot, and I'm gonna really has like the best seat in the house for this kind of thing. Although it might not have gone that way if certain things may have failed. But he can see this round as the bullet first impacts the creature, and then just after a split second, acid bursts forth and coats this creature, and you can see it trying to scrape off its own skin as it eventually settles in to where Alena had cut across its stomach. It creeps in where Harratuk had goring rushed this thing, where Signy had smacked it, where Karl had smacked it. It gets between its bones and the cartilage and everything, and it dissolves from the inside as this thing meets its final fate. Anything else,
Nice.
Erevan?
I just go, what the heck was that?
2-1.
Can we bet 40 more?
Anything else, Erevan?
No, I'm just gonna shout that up to Angene and say, I think we should bet 40 more gold on us.
The odds are like changing, like between them. Harratuk, you're up. So the red token guy here is dead, and the blue one remains.
And
Yeah.
Harratuk, you have the help action, so you still have advantage
Right.
even though they're not prone.
Yes.
And you
I'm-
can like step over this guy.
Yeah, I'd like to take out my great axe and stomp over to number 2.
Stomp. Yeah. Make your attack. What? They added
Number
lasers.
2.
Okay, hold on. I want to see what this laser looks like.
Oh, I was doing math. Can you show me the axe attack?
That was sweet.
Yes, Harratuk. So Harratuk goes up and
22.
to hit. Yeah.
um,
Wow, that's actually like perfect too.
oops.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
I almost added this one for fun. They added cyberpunk stuff,
Oh, nice.
and where is it? Street maybe? No. City Hall Industrial. Oh, where are you? And they added these. Yeah, here they are. Since they added cyberpunk stuff, they have like ad screens.
God.
I almost put one in just because I thought it was funny, but I was like, no, that kind of ruins it. Harratuk, what is your damage?
It's 6, and I'm gonna use hammering horns.
Ooh.
I'm gonna horn it down.
I'm gonna
Horn
it
doggy.
down. Use pages. So I have to do the strength save again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural 20 from your DM, ladies and
Ooh.
gentlemen.
Oh, he's not
Ooh.
getting the poke.
No bueno.
But is it?
Uh-oh.
Are you sure about that?
What am I doing?
Because Silvery Barbs works on save throws too.
Oh, God. How many spell slots do you have?
This is my last.
Okay. That changes it to a 3.
Got him.
I guess I don't count that natural 20 anymore then, I guess, for
Can I
keeping.
move this one back 10 feet? I'm gonna shove it.
Yes, yeah. Boom, boom.
Maybe. And as like a free action, can I roar and try to intimidate it away? Try to get it to just, buzz off.
You can roar. It doesn't seem. What's this thing's intelligence? Not very high. It seems confused and further angered by your roar, and as it like roars back at you, but kind of sheepishly. Anything else,
Oh,
Harratuk?
and for my Silvery Barbs, by the by, I'm gonna go ahead and give Alena the advantage on the next attack, ability, or saving throw.
Sweet.
Anything else, Harratuk?
Spell.
I know. This fucking spell is ridiculous. It's a reaction. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Jake, was there anything else? Did you want to move at all?
No.
Okay. He is going to charge. It is his turn now. He is going to charge up.
Is he slowed down?
He has -10 movement speed, but he can still get up to you guys.
Yeah.
He is going after Jakey. It cocked between a 20 and an 8. Oh my god. 18 to hit.
Hits.
Uh-oh.
You're raging, so it is
Mhm.
4 damage total to you.
Okay.
And he is going to attack again. 15 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, wow. Bad rolls. You take a total of 3 damage on that second one. So this thing is trying to do its best to wallop Harratuk, and Harratuk is just like puh puh puh, roar. Top of the next round. I'm gonna back up to you.
I am going to, for my action, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to point down at it
And say, "Hey, big meanie, I bet you can't hit anybody else."
and I'm going to vicious mockery it.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to make. Sorry, give me 1 second. I have to.
It's gonna fail.
Yeah, wisdom save of 14.
No, it's a 2.
Okay,
Oh,
now
sorry.
it takes.
It rolled higher than a 2.
Oh wow, max damage. It takes 4 psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes.
I was hoping you'd say, "Hey, big meanie, you've got a little weenie." I'm not gonna lie.
And then as my second, make sure I said that in. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and yell out some words of encouragement for my friends. And I'm going to say,
All right, Shigny, give it a good shot.
and Bardic Inspiration, my last one.
Okay.
I'm already blessed, so that's an additional D4.
That's an additional D6.
D6, okay.
Yeah, and
D4, D6.
Signy, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk up within attack range. And I'm going to double hand my battle axe and swing it. So that's on the attack roll, right?
On the attack roll, yes.
$21.
Yep.
Nice.
Alright. Battle axe is coming. Oop, that fell off my desk. Battle axe is coming down and doing 8 damage.
8 damage. Chipping away at this one.
And I think I'll stay. Yeah, I'll stay there for now.
Okay, Karl, you're up.
Well, what I would like to do is use the corpse of the dead ogre to vault over and get behind the second ogre.
This thing is
To wit.
quite a bit larger. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check. Your decision. This is not part of your action.
I do have athlete, if that helps.
Yeah. This is not part of your action. It's just kind of.
Wait, sure. Oh, natural 20 plus 5.
Oh.
Oh,
Backflip.
With ease, do he flip? Yeah.
Do a barrel roll.
So you wanted to be right here?
This is gonna be so much less impressive if I don't get the attack in. Yeah, that's fine. I would like to just like swing at the back of its kneecap.
Yeah, you will have advantage on that since you're flanking.
I was like, ah!
Now it'll be twice as embarrassing if you don't hit it.
I rolled 2 2s. So 7 for both of those.
Plus you did. Well, no, you didn't.
Karl, with the most grace you've ever seen this dwarf move, ever, because you guys had seen him against the chicken, like the first fight you guys ever had. He was just kind of like laying in the ground, like, yeah, that didn't work. And then I think he did it in another fight. I think in the bar fight, I think he also hit the deck. And this time, with ease, he vaults over this thing that's 3 times his own size. With the strongest swing, full of might you've ever seen him take, you can hear the woof as there is 0 impact from this swing. The whoosh came from the complete power behind the miss. He turned his camera off. Matt, is there a... I'm going to assume your turn is over on this one.
God.
Oh, shoot. I forgot Tails Fire.
Bad now.
After Karl, after that spectacular display of failure, Alena.
All right. I'm going to attack it with my longsword.
Like, Matt, I'm not even asking. Your turn's over.
I understand. I'm so sad.
And then I'm rolling with advantage from Vinny's.
Yes.
And
And then
from Karl, too.
plus the D4 because I'm blessed.
Yes.
Fuck, so close. So let's see, let's see, 19 plus 9, so 27.
Hits.
If I did my math right.
28.
28.
Yeah.
So
That's a hit.
unfortunately, only a 1d4 or 1d8
yes.
damage, but plus 3. At 2, so 5 damage. No more divine smite. For now.
Yes.
Sad.
Anything else, Alena?
I mean, I can reduce his speed again, so why not? So, minus 10 to his movement.
Yeah. Erevan, you're up again. So the kind of chromatic smoke still wafting as it changes colors off the barrel of your pistol.
I don't think Erevan can see him from this angle, can he?
Oh yeah, he's
Or
huge.
did
Yeah,
he-
he's
okay,
actually large.
he's
Yeah.
listening. Okay. Do I risk it?
He's still got some spice to him.
Erevan says, "Well, how far away is he currently from me?" I should probably know that.
40 feet.
40. Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, so Erevan's gonna say fuck it, and he's gonna try out another one of those shots that he loaded
Yeah, make
in
your
case he wants to see what else it can do.
make your ranged attack.
Please don't miss. Natural 20. Nat 20.
Nice.
Okay, so roll that D100 again.
Bruh.
Ruh-roh. This is where it could go wrong.
Oh god, please.
Floats
Be
in
good.
his hand.
Please be good. 83.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll 6d8.
Ah!
What is
Yeah.
this, fireball? Jesus.
Yeah.
Whatever you want it to be.
27.
Damn.
Oh!
So Vinny, funny story.
That's a lot of damage.
And I took that personally.
Ooh, do we get to shoot a laser again?
So this one. So as Erevan he's thinking like, as the chromatic smoke is still wafting around him. Yeah. the same. I'm gonna concede the same like these like microscopic crystalline bits of dust that plume out into the air, and they seem to reflect in the various sources of light around the cave. As this bullet does the same kind of, as it changes color and form as it travels down the path just before impact, it settles on that deep red kind of a flame color, and it detonates. I am going to say Alena, Harratuk, and Signy. Well, okay, so Alena and Signy, you guys will take 13, and Harratuk, you will take 6.
No.
I'm also down.
Oh no. Well, now we know what it does.
It was a fireball.
I'm gonna think we need you.
It wasn't just a fireball. That thing's a wild magic shot.
Yeah.
So
Well, all Erevan knows is that they were special, and the first one he shot did acid damage. So he was like, okay, that was cool, let's try that again. It does not do the same thing over again.
So, oops.
Well, it worked.
So did I hear?
That's bad.
Did I hear Alena went down?
Yep.
And
Signy.
Wait,
and
oh
Signy.
god. And Harratuk? Is Harratuk up?
He took
Hard-
half damage.
Harratuk, you're muted, but I saw.
I'm up. I'm up.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
Scary.
as
So
is
can I immediately go to Signy
yes.
just to try to, make sure he's all right?
Did it die?
Yes. So this thing, Harratuk,
Did it die? You murdered it.
Erevan.
Oh, I immediately not rage.
So
I'm
yeah,
done raging.
Erevan he blasts off this shot that it completely blows this thing's head clean off of its shoulders. Like blood is raining down. The smoke kind of clears, and both Alena and Signy are on the ground unconscious.
The squiggly,
Erevan
eyes.
Yes.
Erevan
And
does not have his finger on the trigger, but he totally holds the barrel up and takes a big whiff, and then exhales the magical smoke.
oh yeah, it goes in and
That
comes out.
cannot be healthy.
Goes in and comes out colorful. So Harratuk, you said you wanted to check Signy.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and make a
I am
medicine check.
likewise going to rush down and try and help Alena.
Okay. So, Harratuk, make that medicine check first.
13.
What is even?
The DC's 10.
Okay. So
Stabilized.
yeah. So Signy, you are stabilized, but since the fight's over, I'm fine with you having 1 HP. I'm gonna, since you were the only one to jump on it, I'm gonna make you take a turn to get down and then get over. So Alena, give me 1 death save.
No. 13.
Okay. Yeah, you are totally fine. And I'm not gonna make you roll for it unless you want to go for a natural 20 or something.
See what we can do.
Or a natural 1.
Do it.
Do it.
Take the chance.
The medicine check.
That is a natural 20.
Is it really?
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna. Yeah. So, the dust settles. Alena and Signy are down. Signy waking up to Harratuk with kind of a smirk, like, I'll take my jacket back now. And Angene rushing over to Alena, and I guess Karl and Erevan and no, I guess just Karl and Erevan, I think. You guys see Angene rush to Alena's side, and with a calm demeanor and a very steady hand, he is able to like tend to the burns, tend to the wounds, put the bandages right where they need to be, and what could have felt like a long time was actually just a few minutes for Alena as she wakes up to the tender half-orc caring for her.
Thank you, Angene. I believe that's twice you've saved my life now.
Of course. Sorry you got hurt.
I'm not sure what happened there. Just bright light and I was out.
I look over at Erevan and I'm like, how about we wait until we're out of the blast radius next time, okay?
I didn't know that I was gonna do that.
And then I'm gonna give myself 5 points lay on hands and 5 to Signy.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys cannot see my screen anymore, right?
Nope.
Correct.
No.
You closed the stream.
Okay. Alena, read those
Signy
numbers
looks
for me
up
again.
at, go ahead.
So I'm using my 10 points for lay on hands, and I'll use 5 on myself, and then go over to Signy and give him 5.
And John, go ahead.
Signy looks up at, I do believe it was Harratuk who helped me up,
Mm-hmm.
and just looks at him and goes, I've never seen a weapon like that. Thank goodness I was there to block you from the blow.
Yep.
You would have been obliterated.
I verbally grasped his shoulder. I'm like, sure, buddy.
I think Erevan would have felt worse if it was Harratuk, because then Harratuk would have no fur left. So then he would be a naked minotaur.
Yeah, and Signy, he can feel like a bit of dull pain
Not
in
cold
his
anymore.
shoulder from Harratuk like smacking him, like
It's a sharp pain. It's not a dull pain.
it's a very sharp pain. Yes.
While I'm taking care of Alena, or Ryan, Kyle, you have like your money pouch like somewhere visible. I'm going to like notice. I'll notice it, and I'll be like, "My money," and run up the steps.
Yeah. So once the fight has ended and you guys are kind of back up on your feet, you can see a number of people, mixed reactions. So most of them are pleasantly surprised that you guys were actually able to take them out. From Brother Shenzi, who he was behind Erevan, like he was among some of the other people making and taking bets and just kind of sitting back and watching you guys. Him as well as the elven woman, they were together behind the scene, looking at you guys with a bit more respect than they had previously. And the one guy up top, I already closed Tailspire. The minifigure is like, he looks like a gravedigger, but in like nice clothing. He's got like a shovel and a big bag and like a top hat and a vest. He's just.
Is it a goblin?
No, I think he's. I think
Darn
he's.
it.
I think he's you. Oh, hey, why not? Yes, it is a goblin.
Yes.
Yeah, and he hands Angene a sack of 80 gold pieces.
Hey, wait a minute. We increased that bet by 40.
They didn't take it. Angene was across
That's
the way.
bullshit.
Large bet on
dare they
myself
screw
in
me.
round 3.
So is that the
80
I
golds
I
are
gave
good.
them 80 gold or 40 gold, and I got back 80. Okay, just making sure.
Yes. And so, I'll take a quick stock. Before, as Brother Shenzi and this elven woman are approaching you guys, is there anything you would like to say to one another? I'm going to prepare to close out the stream here. So, Alena, anything?
I think Elena's still just kind of wondering where that explosion came from. Like,
Yeah, it would have been
I'm
very
glad
fast.
I'm okay, but a little singed. Not sure what happened there. That explosion really came out of nowhere.
Angene?
Yeah,
Those,
nowhere.
I think those creatures had bombs, some
Where
kind of
the fuck is
firebomb in
that?
their head.
They must have had something like that. I mean, that was completely out of nowhere.
I'm just
I
like
didn't know shooting them
stewing.
in the head would make them explode.
I'm just stewing, just like laser eyes at fucking Erevan, just like, you know what you did.
Erevan,
Nothing. I shot bullets.
true,
Signe
true.
said, they must have had fire bombs in their head. The first one I shot in the chest, he just melted. The second one shot him in the head and it exploded. That's not my fault. I don't know what sick things these people do to them.
Harratuk, any last words to your, not last words, but any final bits to your friends?
Nah, I think I'm good. Like, that was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, Karl,
That
Karl,
kind
your
of sentiment.
Karl, your rage subsides as you join your friends.
I did a really neat flip.
I did see that, Carl. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome, buddy.
I don't remember what happened after that, but
It looked like you just kind of you blacked out for a second.
It doesn't matter.
Did all the
wouldn't be the
blood rush
first
to your head?
time.
Rule of cool.
Oh, that must have been it.
Blinded by pure delight?
Awesomeness.
Signe, anything to your crew?
He just looks down at his scars and burns that he has now and looks up and says, "That was almost equivalent of a hunt back at my place. It exciting nonetheless, but
You did great, buddy.
that was everybody. It
thumbs
was a
up.
team effort. It was
Your
we all come together as a group. It's
well, your strength was greatly appreciated.
my
I don't
strength
know if
comes
we
from
could've
your
done
strength.
I do believe we're gonna be owed some favors now.
At least
Okay.
3.
And
Just try not to black out next time.
Try not to get in the way of the fire, and I won't have to protect you.
Signe, give me a perception check.
Yes. Oh god.
Oh God.
6.
I guess not.
He gets a very, very brief feeling that he almost recognized the feline outline of Shang somewhere, but very quickly it kind of similar to how I believe Harratuk earlier was unable to see anyone in the passing shadows. It kind of like, wait a minute, and then before he can really focus in on the area, gone.
Signe just kind of starts darting his head around a little bit and kind of scratches the back of his head and then falls silent.
Yes, and not that it particularly mattered. I did roll another natural 20 there.
Yeah. Until you didn't.
This was a different one just now, I meant.
Oh, okay.
I will, I'm gonna call the session there. So we will pick back up in 2 weeks here. You guys will be rejoined by the Elven Woman as well as Brother Shenzi. It won't specifically take effect at the beginning of next episode, but from here on forth, you guys will be level 3.
Yes.
Yes, you guys have been absolutely wonderful in everything that I've been giving you. You guys have, I feel like you've explored a ton of the city. You've met a lot of people already. You've been doing a lot of really cool things within the city. A lot of really fun interactions, like the Erevan's bullets and Signy. I didn't want to bring it up until John had the chance to actually bring some of it out. He is playing a class called Warlord, which is a really cool class that I had found. I'll show you guys some of the things that they can do later on. But
no,
yeah,
I mean, all that beginning stuff was to take party members with you to get them closer.
fine.
That's
I
huge.
love that mechanic.
I was really happy when I rolled real high on the initiative because I was like, "Yo, these guys are coming with me, and we gonna fight this
Yeah.
thing." Like, I was like real excited.
That is such a cool mechanic, man. To Viking, I did, as always, those crazy subscriptions. You are always donating for other people. Thank you for doing that. Helps us out. We all really appreciate it. To everybody, I saw quite a few people in the chat stopping by. Thank you guys for stopping in. These guys will be back in 2 weeks for at level 3, and John, that applies to you as well. They'll be back in 2 weeks at level 3 as they continue to delve into the Guild of Thieves. And my second group, we had to miss a session, but we will be back next Thursday. We had to move it up a day. And more fun stuff is coming up for them. More fun stuff is coming up for these guys. And we'll see what happens when it happens. I hope everybody who's watching has a good rest of their weekend. See ya.
Peace.
Bye-bye.